Morning ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new video. This is part 2 of today's video. First video I talked about COP26 and now I'm going to be talking about Taiwan. I'm going to be catching up with a lot of stuff that's been happening while I was away, but without further ado, let's go on with the show. So I've been watching these articles that are coming up lately saying China exposed people fighting for food at supermarkets as Xi says stock up. China panic, nation preparing for war as citizens asked to stockpile necessities. So basically, the Chinese government put a notice for people to stock up in China, and the West is taking this way too far, guys. They think there's basically a war coming. First of all, China's not going to be attacking Taiwan. Secondly, bloody West, just use your brains, man. Just use your brains for once. All these stupid journalists all around the world. You know, there's a Beijing Olympics coming just around the corner. You know, just a few months later, next year, 2022. There is no way China's gonna attack Taiwan or start a war with Taiwan or reunify Taiwan anytime before that. Because that Beijing Olympics is very important and nothing's gonna happen before that, right? So there's a couple of things happening in China right now. There's cases increasing in terms of COVID, and there's also a bit of an energy shortage which they've been trying to sort out, and also winter's coming as well. So so basically China is basically telling people just stock up because it might be a very difficult winter. With climate change, it might be a very, very cold winter this year. There might be supply issues. Also, coronavirus is running rampant as well. So they're just telling people to stock up in case they have to lock down again or lock a city down. So that's the reasons why. Because as you know, there's coronavirus has spiked in a few cities, and they had to lock those cities down. So I think that's the reason, guys. There's no war coming. But saying that, Taiwan and especially the US and Europe have been basically stoking the fire of the last few days as well. So a lot has been happening on that side as well. So let me explain. So the EU has infuriated China. Basically, they've sent a delegate to China. And when I say delegate to China, I mean delegate to the Chinese islands, Taiwan. And China's not been happy. They said stop working with Biden. China furious as EU provokes Beijing with the Taiwan move. So they've sent as a response, China has sent 16 Chinese fighter jets in the Taiwan. It says Taiwan's airspace, but it doesn't say. Again, it's another cover up by the West. They don't mention what the airspace is, and obviously airspace covers Chinese territory in the mainland as well. So this is the European delegation which have come into the Taiwan island, and they've been very, very how would you say, arrogant about it all as well. They're saying, yeah, we're here, I dare you to give us sanctions, or dare you to attack Taiwan, or dare you to do anything. And these guys are looking very smug and happy with themselves for doing this, for breaking the one China policy. Honestly, guys, I don't know what the heck these European powers are playing at. I have no bloody clue. Absolutely no bloody clue. Most of these European countries, they're suffering from post-coronavirus, and their economy is in shambles. A lot of these countries, they need money. They need a very good economy. And even Germany is struggling, and France is struggling. You got Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece. So many European countries are struggling. And China is their biggest trading partner. And I just don't know why they keep poking the dragon. Because if you keep poking the dragon, guys, one of these days the dragon's gonna wake up and bite you in the ass. That's what they keep doing. They just keep poking the dragon, and I just don't know why they're doing this. Seriously, and obviously it's something the Americans have told them to do. But these idiots, basically following their idiotic master, and whatever the master says, Europeans, why don't you guys jump out the window? and these Europeans are like, yeah, sure, sir, we'll jump out the window, whatever you say, without any questions asked. They're just doing their master's bidding. It just shows they've got no brains whatsoever. I mean, most of these European parliamentaries, and I just feel like they've got no sovereignty, no brain, no common sense. I mean, this is obviously a geopolitical issue for America, but China is not a threat to Europe in any way. Russia is more of a threat to Europe, and I just don't know why they keep poking the dragon just to please their American masters. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. Seriously, they should be working. Europe is a big enough place to have their own sovereignty, their own foreign policy. But no, they're bloody scared of what America does and says to them, and they pretty much follow whatever American says. I just have absolutely no bloody words whatsoever. Absolutely no bloody words. And not only that, they're using this small country, Lithuania, right? So basically, 2 US senators on Friday introduced a resolution to support Lithuania's efforts to bolster ties with Taiwan. So basically, they're using Lithuania as a front to bolster ties with Taiwan and to build, official embassies and trade and things like that. So Europeans and Americans are going to use Lithuania as a front, and just to see what happens. And if nothing happens, they're going to, one by one, all of these European countries are going to start doing the same thing. So I think that's what they're doing. They're slowly escalating these things. So they're basically poking the dragon with their finger. Then they're starting to poke the dragon with a stick. And pretty soon they're going to be starting to poke the dragon with a knife. And then pretty much after that, they're going to be starting to poke the dragon with a gun. And that's what's happening. They're slowly escalating these pokes. And there'll come a time when China's just going to retaliate, guys. And when China does retaliate, Europeans and the US are just going to regret it big time, because they're not going to be able to do anything to save Taiwan from reunification. There's nothing they can do. And if they try, they're going to be losing millions of troops and billions worth of equipment. And they're not going to do anything. And plus, what do you think their inflation's going to be like? So whenever Taiwan reunifies with China, China's going to stop. During that time, China's going to stop exporting goods to all of these European countries during wartime, and this is when their factories are going to be, churning out military equipment. So what do you think that's going to happen to the world's inflation? So all of these products that used to come from China, they're not going to be coming from China anymore, and these countries are going to have to start making their own goods, which is going to cost them a lot more money, which is going to increase their inflation. So either way, they're not going to win either way. And they're just messing things up. It's much better for them to start, being diplomatic with China rather than trying to make an enemy. Because when they make an enemy out of China, they're not going to win. Nobody's going to win. It's absolutely ridiculous what they're trying to do, guys. And every day I look at the articles in the news, and every day there's something new for them to poke the dragon with. Every single day. And it's just escalating and escalating. So this lady, the president of Taiwan Island, said China has debated invading Taiwan Islands after 2024. Taiwan security official claims. Well, you're wrong, mate. China's not going to invade the Taiwan Islands after 2024. They're going to invade they're going to reunify everything. They're not going to bother with these silly little islands. They want the main Taiwanese island. The main Taiwan island, that's what they want. And Taiwan Island, you are a Taiwan island. That's what you are. You're a little Taiwan island. And they're going to be not invading, but reunifying all of the Taiwanese islands. So you're wrong. You're making it sound like China's going to be taking only a few small islands around China. No, they're going to take everything, mate. And there's nothing you can do about it. So your intelligence is wrong. What's the point of China taking all of these little islands and there's going to be such huge condemnation from the world, from the US, from Europe. There's going to be sanctions and things like that. So why not China do the whole lot? Might as well do the whole thing then. If they're gonna, there's no point doing a few islands. If they're gonna reunify, they're gonna reunify everything. So you're wrong, absolutely wrong. So this guy, I just saw this article. This guy says Taiwan needs nuclear weapons to deter China. What kind of plan is this guy from? Seriously, what kind of plan is this guy from? So even with nuclear weapons, do you really think it's gonna stop China from reunifying? Against the Taiwanese? Because there's no way, even with nuclear weapons, there's no way it's going to stop reunifying Taiwan with the mainland of China. Because China's not going to use nuclear weapons against Taiwan, guys, because, look, there's their own Chinese races there, so they're not going to blow up their own race, are they? They're their own people. So they're not going to... they don't even have first use, and they're going to use nuclear weapons. The only people that would use nuclear weapons against China would be America. So if Taiwan does have nuclear weapons, and America will probably ask them to use it against China, and America will probably laugh from a distance and say, ha ha ha, look all these Chinese killing themselves with nuclear weapons. They would laugh from a distance. And if that ever happens and Taiwan fires a nuclear weapon at China, what do you think that's going to happen to the Taiwanese island? China's going to retaliate, and it's going to completely destroy the whole island. All China needs is 1 or 2 bombs. That's it. It's absolutely ridiculous for this guy to be chatting crap like this. Absolutely ridiculous. And China doesn't need... they're not going to even allow Taiwan to have nuclear weapons, because it's going to be one of those Cuban Missile Crisis situations. As soon as they know that Taiwan is, going to either station nuclear weapons or they're going to start building nuclear weapons, China's not going to allow it. They'll be reunifying Taiwan well before then. If Taiwan declares independence, China's going to attack. If Taiwan says they're going to get nuclear weapons, China's going to attack. They're not going to allow it, mate. They are not going to allow it. You don't know what you're talking about. Look at this guy. He just looks like a bloody crook. Seriously, absolutely bloody crook. So you got this guy, Millie. So first of all, Millie is a girl's name. So I don't know why this US general guy is taken so seriously with the girl's name. Hi Millie, hi. Absolutely girl's name. I've never heard of a guy called Millie, and I don't know what this guy is as woke as they come. Seriously. So he says, US absolutely could defend Taiwan from China. What the hell is he on about? Could he defend Afghanistan from the Taliban? No. This guy's a bloody joke. He couldn't even defend Afghanistan from the bloody Taliban, and he thinks he can defend Taiwan from China. This guy's living on another planet, seriously. This guy, along with his Biden, Sleepy Joe Biden master, basically they came up with they came up with a plan to leave Afghanistan, and they're coming up with statements such as, oh, don't worry, there's 400,000 strong Afghan army, they can defend against any Taliban attack. Don't worry. 1 week later, they're all gone, and Taliban has won the war. Absolutely ridiculous. This guy is a joke, absolute joke. He thinks he thinks he can defend Taiwan from China. How are you going to do that, mate? How are you going to do that? Tell me. I'd love to know. Seriously, if he's going to send aircraft carriers to defend Taiwan, what do you think that's going to happen to those aircraft carriers? I made a comprehensive video about what would happen if China wanted to reunify Taiwan, and I made a comprehensive video, so I suggest look at that, and that will kind of tell you all of the military tactics and thoughts that's gone behind it. So that's probably worth a shout, really. Finally, China says Taiwan independence backers will be blacklisted. So all of these people that are separatists, China's saying they're going to be blacklisted from China and Hong Kong, and also, they would go to jail for a really, really long time. So this is serious. So whenever and if ever Taiwan becomes reunited with China, what do you think that's going to happen to the separatists? They're going to be in big trouble, because China's not going to let them go that easily for causing all of these issues and trouble. So this article I've seen as well. China state media: military showdown will come if Taiwan, US don't change course. So China is standing strong, and China is saying, giving repeated warnings to Taiwan, giving repeated warnings to the US, that stop poking the dragon, because one of these days, you poke the dragon hard enough, it's going to come and bite you in the ass. Because I hate what the US and the Europeans are doing to China. It's like, it's worse than a snake, guys. It's like, publicly they're saying, oh, one China policy, and we abide by the one China policy, and then privately in interviews, Biden, Millie, and you got all of these, you got the Taiwanese president, they're saying there's US troops stationed in Taiwan, and you got Biden saying, oh, we will defend Taiwan if China attacks, and you got Millie saying the same thing, you got Blinken saying the same thing. Privately they're saying, they will support Taiwan. They're giving all of these separatists, making them really happy. But publicly, afterwards, they put out statements saying, oh, we abide by the one China principle. Bloody snakes. I'm telling you, bloody snakes. You can't trust them. They say one thing and do another. Seriously, how can you trust these people, man? And it's just these white privilege, don't they feel ashamed of themselves to be the world's democracy, but yet acting like this? They try and be all, righteous and saying, oh, we believe in human rights and we believe in the truth, justice and stuff, and they go ahead and doing this and acting like snakes and, causing all sorts of issues around the world. Absolutely disgusting, guys. I'm completely disgusted with US's behaviour, Europeans, even British. Absolutely disgusted. These people have no morals whatsoever. No morals. Absolute joke. So this guy finally says he's going to seek a bill to give 3 billion boost to Taiwan's arsenal to deter China. Do you really think 3 billion is going to make a difference to deter China? This guy's living in another world. He thinks China is like Afghanistan. Seriously, 3 billion to Taiwan, that's like nothing. That's like less than 1% of Taiwan's budget and less than 0.1% of Chinese budget. This guy's living in another world. Americans are living in another world. What difference is 3 billion going to make? Is it going to deter China? Is it really going to deter China? Is the China military going to say, oh my god, Taiwan's got 3 billion worth of new weapons, let's not attack them, we're really scared, oh my god. This guy is a joke, absolute joke. So basically, guys, I'm going to end it there. I'm not very happy about this. These guys just acting like snakes, backstabbers, it's just worst of the worst. Just can't trust them, seriously. Absolutely, common sense and, morals, principles, just go out the window. I'm completely sick of these idiots. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.